A very good afternoon, children. Today we are going to learn about verbs of incomplete prediction. So let me define these words: verbs of incomplete prediction. Verbs. Verbs are doing words. They show action. Incomplete means not complete. Okay, incomplete means not complete. Prediction means what is said about something. Verbs, doing words. Incomplete means not complete. Prediction means what is said about something. See here. Verbs are doing words. Now there are two types of verbs: transitive verb and intransitive verb. A sentence must have a verb and a subject. Okay. A sentence must have a subject and a verb. And if the verb needs an object to complete the meaning, if the object is named in the sentence, if the object is there, it is called transitive verb. But if the verb does not need any object to complete the meaning, or if the verb does not have an object, it is called intransitive. The verb with object is transitive. Verb without object is intransitive. Now objects are of two types. Objects are of two types: direct object and indirect object. Direct object and indirect object. Direct object is something or some article. Okay. And indirect is the person who is receiving or hearing. It's called indirect. Let's see in the examples. Verbs, doing words, transitive verb. Transitive verb, let us see. I am reading a story book. I am reading a story book. Reading is the verb. What am I reading? What? Story book. Story book is the object. So, reading as an object, story book, it is transitive verb. Okay. Suppose I say, I am reading. I am reading. What am I reading? I have not told you. I just say, I am reading. What I am reading, I am not told you. There is no object. So when the verb is without an object, it is called intransitive. Verb with object is transitive. Verb without object is intransitive. Okay. And in some cases there are two objects. Leela presented a book to Sheila. Okay. Leela presented a book to Sheila. Leela is the subject. What is the verb? Presented. Presented what? A book. Book is the object. Whom did she present it to? Whom? Sheila. So Sheila is the indirect object. Leela presented a book to Sheila. Book is the direct object. Sheila is the indirect object because she is receiving the book. Direct object and indirect objects. So here, direct object means the article or the thing which has been given or whatever has happened. Indirect object is the receiver or the listener. When the subject and the object refer to the same person or something, it becomes a reflexive pronoun. Like Rahul fell down and hurt himself. Rahul fell down and hurt himself. Rahul is the subject. He fell down and he has got hurt. Rahul has got hurt. Rahul fell down and hurt himself. Okay, there is no other person involved here. So this is called reflexive pronoun. So when the subject and the object, refer to the same person or something, when something happens to the doer or the subject, is called reflexive pronoun. Now, as I told you, verbs are doing words. Incomplete means not complete. Predicate means what is said about something. Now, I'll read out the definitions. Listen carefully, okay? Definitions. An intransitive verb which needs the help of some word or words to complete what it says about the subject is called a verb of incomplete prediction. See, I told you a sentence may require an object or it may not require an object. I said, I am reading a book. Book is the object. So that way it is transitive. But in the second sentence I said, I am reading. I am reading. Object is not there. It is incomplete. So when an intransitive verbs require an object, it is called verb of incomplete prediction. Usually, as per the rule, intransitive verbs they do not need object. Okay, intransitive verbs they do not need objects. But in some intransitive verbs, objects are needed. If you don't write the object, the meaning is not complete. It is incomplete. So, when an intransitive verb which needs the help of some word or words to complete what it says about subject, it may be object or anything else. It is not necessarily only object. Okay. When an intransitive verb needs some words to say about the subject, it is called verb of incomplete prediction. Next, you see the word or group of words which help a verb to complete what it says is called complement. To complement means to complement, to support. Okay. To say something good. The word or group of words, listen carefully, the word or group of words which helps a verb to complete what it says is called complement. Then, if such a complement helps the verb to make complete what it says about its subject, it is called subjective complement. When some words are needed by the verb to say something about the subject, to give the complete meaning about the subject, it is called subjective complement. Okay. So, the meaning of complement is used here as a thing which, when added, completes or makes a whole. When you add complement and then the sentence becomes complete, it is called subjective complement. Like you see, the boys made Salim the captain of the team. The boys, subject, made verb. Made whom? Salim. What did they make? Captain. So you see here, the boys is subject, captain is direct object, and Salim is the indirect object. The boys made what? Salim. Salim refers to somebody different from the subject, boys. Boys different, Salim is different. Therefore, Salim is the object of the verb made. Made what? Salim. But if the words, the captain of the team are left out, the sentence will not be complete. Very interesting. The boys made Salim. Okay, we know this much that Salim has been made something by the boys. Some position has been given to Salim by the boys. But what position? We don't know. So in that case, it becomes incomplete. So we have to complete it. The word the captain of the team are needed to tell us what the boys made Salim. The words complete the action the verb made denotes. Okay. Now, secondly, him refers to something different from news. The news made him a hand what? So unhappy is a complement of the verb made. Unhappy made. Since it tells us something more about how the object of the verb was acted. It is objective clangor. When some group of words are added to say about the subject, it becomes subject complement. Okay. When some words are added to add more meaning to subject, to the subject, it becomes subject complement. And when some more words are added to tell you more about the object, it is called object complement. Okay. And what is complement? The group of words which help the verb. The group of words which help the verb is called complement. Then move on to the next page. A transitive verb which need the help of some more words or words to complete what is said about its object. It is also called a verb of incomplete prediction. I told you a sentence is complete transitive when the object is there. But sometimes it may not give you the full meaning. So when some more words are added after the object, it becomes when some more words are to be added after the object to make a complete sense. It is called incomplete prediction. Incomplete means not complete. Then the word or group of words which help the transitive verb to complete into when it says is known as objective complements. When it is added about the verb, it is called objective complement. Listen to the summary. Some transitive and intransitive verbs require a word or words or complement to help them complete what they say. So, such verbs, transitive or intransitive, are known as verbs of incomplete prediction. Verbs like be, become, seem, appear, and those which denote a state of being are the most common verbs of incomplete prediction. So you read all this, okay. And one more warning is there. Do not confuse transitive verb of incomplete prediction with a transitive verb with two objects, direct and indirect. Mother made me a sandwich, the king made him a minister. See, does the verb made have an object? Yes, it does. What is a made? Sandwich. And we find that it has two objects, direct and indirect. Sandwich is the direct object, mother, me is indirect object. The mother made him what? A sandwich. Okay. Read carefully, then we come to page number 81. Page 81, there is an exercise. Say which of the verbs in the following sentence are transitive and which are reflexive. Transitive verbs must have an object. When something happens, when the doer and the receiver of the action is the subject. When the subject and the object refer to the same person, it is called reflexive. These two things. Point out the object of the transitive. If it is a transitive verb, you have to point out the object. And reflexive verbs and the complement of the verbs of incomplete. Remember that the transitive verbs may have two objects, direct and indirect. Like you see, number one, I'll tell you. The weather was dry and cool. The weather was dry and cool. What do you have to do? First of all, you have to find out whether it is transitive or intransitive. The weather was cool. Was is the verb. After that, there is no objection. So it is intransitive. It is intransitive. Okay. Now, what is the instruction saying? Object. There is no object. Now, second sentence is the people made Brutus a council of Rome. People made what? Council. Council is the object. So it is transitive. And what is the indirect object? Brutus. Brutus. Okay. Then you see page number 82 also you complete. Do it in your textbook. I shall correct it in the next class. So children, till the next class, bye.